Like everyone.
And I love seeing your face again.
Go on.
All the way from San Diego. I love you.
I love you too. We do. Thank you so much, Fanny, for making it meaningful for us tonight as well. Thank you. I'm gonna go to Kenny. Me and Kenny will round it up tonight. After this topic kind of rounding. Oh, hang on. Why did I remove Kenny? I want to remove Ifeanyi. See, we need to discuss okay. Ifeanyi, thank you. All right. Now let's go to Kenny. Kenny,
Right.
you and I tonight initially was going to be myself and Ifeanyi, and I'm kind of like it seems to be the second time you and I are going to like say I'm ending program and then you came on, or am I just kind of confused?
Yeah, I think you're right. So the last time I came up on board as well, it was almost towards the end.
Almost.
And the reason because I'm actually working, I work from home. So when it's about some like 3:34, I start checking if you're having a program today or no, and all of that. Yeah. So but fortunately for me, I quickly went for a walk and I came back. Like, oh, my ego should be online right now. So okay, let me just check. Yeah, and I see, everyone is talking and more like a parliamentary section today. All right. So thank you so much, Mayego. I really
please. Meanwhile, I think Dr. Ugogo is back. Now we're going to share this time. He's almost gone, but I just not go because we've made the effort. So I'm just going to make sure that we share. So, Kenny, over to you quickly, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the opportunity, Mayego. So I want to thank you first of all, Mayego, for the great work you're doing. Trust me, this thing that you do, it really going, into people's mind and also liberating their mind. First of all, I want to thank you for that. The second of it is I want to wish Peter Obi a happy birthday. It's one person that I begin to see his leadership and I admire compared to the other political leadership that we do have in the country called Nigeria. So I don't want to talk too much. My question is that I see that a lot of people have been optimistic about the result or the proceeding of the court. Are we expecting something different? Because it looks like we are all getting excited, and that excitement is like, don't worry, they will give Peter Obi will win. Are we expecting? Are we suddenly forgetting? Where we're coming from, the people we're dealing with. It looks like people are just being emotional about things and not being logical. These guys have their structure of violence. You see, Nigeria entered the new dispensation of leadership in 2014. People don't know. Going forward from 2014, the leadership that will emerge in Nigeria presidency or whatever it is, it's going to be by violence. It's going to be by how much violence you have. That is what I've seen the significant shift after Jonathan. They use violence, take over power, and then violence to maintain the power, and then it becoming that the kingdom of Nigeria suffered by violence and violence are taken by force. That is the thing that I'm seeing. So Peter Obi doesn't have that structure. Peter Obi has people's structure, right? People who actually mean something well for Nigeria. I actually wish same as well. Unfortunately, let's not forget about the people we're dealing with, the structure they have, the level of control they have. So for me, I came to ask you a question, Mayego. My question is, I'm seeing the excitement about the court proceeding and like, okay, people are optimistic that something good is going to come. Nothing is going to come. Nothing.
Well, you can't, things have gotten so bad, that the last 50 days has further cemented the conviction that actually got them involved in the first place, right? That they needed to stop APC. Now that they have been rigged out and they are like, it seems like it's a hopeless situation and things are getting out of hand right now. The least you can do if you are one of those who invested that much time is to hope But I mean, it's just the least they can, not because they don't know who they are dealing with. Or sometimes when you see this, you say, man, something must be done. Judiciary save us. So, but when judiciary doesn't, that's going to be a different story then. And I think
so the question is that has judiciary ever saved anything in the past?
Obi always flaunt the card. Is
yeah.
You get,
If
he
I
always
might chime in here.
Okay, so
if I might
anyway, so if so that's my question. That's when I came on board. I see all of
it's a conversational. He said, could it just start? Now you can. I wouldn't have to let him go before, so we can make it kind of, three phase convo. Please.
Right.
Yeah.
Say something. Don't go anywhere, Kenny, sir, please. Yeah.
No problem.
All right. So if I might chime in here, we first of all, I'll start by saying happy birthday to Peter Obi. But also, I want to say that his case is different. When Atiku made that comment and said it's only by a miracle that he will be, the president of Nigeria, he responded by, kind of chronicling his political journey and showing us that it was by miracle he became a governor. He was impeached, and by miracle he came back. In fact, it was him that redefined the tenure of governorship. And that's why you don't have governorship election at the same time all over the country because of P2B. So he is a disruptor, if you will. So I believe strongly that he will be able to change things. But let me just quickly say this. I was telling someone yesterday, I said, I am happy that Tinubu is the president. And the person was shocked because this person knows I'm an Obidient. He's like, why are you saying that? If P2B came in and moved the fuel price from 198 to 201 naira, everybody, the whole nation will be crying. Look at what he did. But we saw what this guy did under 2 days. He came in on the 29th, on the 30th, the price went from 198 to 500 plus. Now, when Obi comes, because when you take away the subsidy, there's no way it will remain the same. When Obi comes in and brings it down to where it is reasonable, around 250, brings down the exchange rate from what it is now, 800 or whatever, down to 470, because I think that makes sense. If you bring it down to that point, now we will see the difference will be there. So I'm excited that this guy is here, but I believe that he will take over. I believe strongly that the judiciary, they will do the right thing. It won't be business as usual. Remember, Mayegun, before now, we didn't have this platform to discuss. You have to have big money to go to the big media. But now we have this platform and many people are organizing. Initially, we used to be 4 people in a room tweeting. But we are now the ones giving them heat, right? So I think we have what we did
until you ended up being the main force as well.
Exactly. Did you see the PDP National Secretary was saying that Labour Party in 2-3 months garnered the same votes as PDP, who have been there for 25 years. And he said that if not for last minute abracadabra, that Labour Party won the election. You heard what they said in Lagos. He got almost 1 million votes, even though they truncated it and brought it down. In Nasarawa, in Plateau, many parts of in Rivers State. Forget about what the wicked did there, but in Rivers State, you see what they did. So, I mean, we have hope. There's excitement everywhere.
On too, especially if you are a real obedient with what you have been through. I quite agree with you. So you now see that they can't. It's not that they don't know who they are dealing with. In fact, not so much lessons by all these institutions until they got here, right?
Exactly.
That yeah. Go on, sir.
I go. I am not see all of these things. To me, I still see it as emotions. Okay. Yeah, everybody's saying that Peter Obi would do this, he would do that, he will bring this, blah blah blah. But I still strongly believe that I wish the court say, okay, Obi went, but trust me, we are dealing with, who we are dealing with.
ourselves. We shouldn't lose ourselves in the moment
Oh my
because
goodness.
it will come. I think the
It
next
will be
question,
more disastrous, more emotional heartbreak. Oh, sorry, more heartbreak for
yeah.
people to not see the judge, the result not turning the way they expected. And don't forget these
What about
people.
if you now
Yeah.
twist the question, right? What if you twist the question to
Okay.
what would they do or what are they going to do if the judiciary also rig them like INEC? And
Some,
you probably
some
would never know yet. Eh?
somebody who rigged a whole entity and put the stunt, damning everybody, over 200 million people. So
Hmm.
what is judiciary?
Yeah, I understand your point, Kenny.
Sorry,
Yeah,
doctor. Sorry, doctor. Because we want to share all the time, quick, and I'm just going to say
okay.
thank you, everybody. Let's go. Just a moment, okay? I'm going to let
Okay.
Sadari to say something because this is interesting, right? We have somebody who wants us to believe that don't let us get carried away with all of these accolades. So remember those you are dealing with.
Mhm.
Then we have doctor who want to tell us that the man that is dealing with this judiciary this time around, remember, it's also a man they said will probably never even have a chance of challenging election because waiting one score. So from his own history, it won't be the first time of challenging the establishment through their court as rigged and corrupt as they are. Two of you have your points. I have somebody else to be the icebreaker, except if it's going to be like a 2 against 1. So yeah, Sadari, you want
Yeah,
to add us to this, even though it's so late, I couldn't let you just
Ye-
stay there,
yeah.
right?
Thank you very much, Mayegun. And yeah, sorry I just came in a little bit late, and I
Okay.
was just trying to rush to catch up with your program. What you said today was the Parliament. Okay,
So,
I think there's one thing. There's one thing we need to understand here. You know, whatever illegality or whatever disobedience coming from either the government or any individual in Nigeria, there's usually no consequences,
hmm,
and people uh, people just carry on with their life as usual. In the sense that if today the courts decide to go ahead to ratifies Tinubu's presidency, I can still tell you for sure nothing will happen.
hmm,
Okay. But interestingly, in the past 10 years, a new generation of people are beginning to waking up in Nigeria. And then those new beginning of a set of people are the people we are seeing in this early stage coming up in 2023. I can tell you for sure a lot of people didn't really know what happened in 1999, how this democracy came about, because of how in depth and in the elites, the politicians have kept us. But thank God today, because of the social medias, young people who are not who were meant to believe that politics was not meant for them or politics was a bad, was a dirty game, we're beginning to see that look, man, our fathers could not do this. And I've been poor all my life. We've been suffering all along. And man, do I want to continue like this? As a young man, when I was growing up, I knew the environment I came up. I refused to, I, listen- I refused to follow my parents to say, okay, this is what they used to think. Oh, it's spiritual. Oh, it's the church. Oh, this one didn't pray for this. This one, you decided not to take your destiny in yourself. But the people between the age of 10, I can tell you 10 years and 25, let me say 30 in Nigeria today, are very conscious of what is going on.
what is going on?
And as they're growing up, they're taking strategic position, they're taking places. I can tell you for sure during this election, I'm not in Nigeria, but of course, I knew what I contributed as I've never done before back home. People I needed to mobilize, even in my own community, and even as I speak to you. So I knew the effort every one of us played in this. And trust me, not they will continue to steal, they will continue with the robbery. Nothing will happen for sure. But I can tell you for one thing, it might not be this 2023, it might be in the next 4 years. We will see the difference for sure.
So you admitted that, of course, the effects of the movement is so strong, of course, no doubt. But these are just people who have just been consciously aware and they are taking action. So we can
Is
call
that
this.
is that the you know when a larva, once a butterfly lays a egg, there's three stages.
That's true.
This is the larva stage. Yeah.
So
My
that's it. I
this
think that your theory might a little bit align with that of Sakeni,
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
also believe that the effort is good, the expectation is good, but have we forgotten? So if you now believe that nothing will happen in your own postulation, right? So Sakeni, do
Yeah.
you agree that it is like an imagine sort of an imagine generation who are not likely going to be docile like the ones before them? And even if it seems that nothing will happen now, do you agree that it won't be for a long time that everybody will be saying nothing will happen, nothing will happen? Do you kind of agree?
Absolutely, absolutely, Marigu.
Yes, sir.
The reason is that you see, these people, you look at the structure they do have on ground. All right, you look at somebody who has conquered a state already in all ramification, state capture, and you think judiciary will come and say, okay, it's no longer. No, Mayegun, look at it now. Well, the good thing is that all of this thing is to prepare the obedient to join the movement of either Yoruba Nation or Biafra or whatever things they want to join, or the revolution now. All right. So the only thing I'm seeing from all of this awakening, that the new generation, the Gen Z, are now coming on board. Now they understand the impact of politics in their daily life and how it determines, their future. Most people now, they now have that understanding, even though some people still choose to be ignorant. All right. But majority of obedient, they are doing all of these things because they are hoping that things will change in the political space, and then which eventually change their lives, and all of that. But these people, I can't hear you, Mike. Can you hear me?
You just can't like stop imagining what they are worth of doing, and somehow
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that there for Doctor.
Let me just make my last point. Somebody that stage one,
Yeah.
stage two, pre-election, election, hijack election, rig the election, win, and damn the consequences, and you expect judiciary. What is judiciary compared to all of those captures? So what is so I'm not expecting different results, but the only good thing about it is that
the
people now
decision is
know more.
captured already. So
That's what I'm saying. It's captured already. So they will just play as if to say, okay, the judiciary want to play smart, to feel that people that okay, we're actually doing our work. At the end of it, it's not the same way INEC chairman played the role. Say, okay, we have
God.
we have
You know what I want
at
to
the end
say?
of it, what happened?
Yeah, I know. You know what I want to say? Again, you know what I want to say, right? Me and you, I can't wait to see your face when the breaking news says court nullified Tinubu's election. Like, it's just going to be all of us. Oh, yeah,
Thank you, Mayegun, because
Okay, if they do that, what is Supreme Court?
yeah,
No,
Kenny,
I'm saying now, even tribunal alone, right?
Yeah.
If you see breaking news, that one alone will shake
yeah,
Nigeria.
yeah.
See,
Maybe
Kenny.
one of them might give it. One of them might give it to Obi. One, either the
yeah, just as part of
tribunal or the
the
Supreme Court. One of them
It's a
is one
playbook.
on one.
It's a
Yeah.
playbook, Baba. It's a
See,
playbook.
Kenny, let me
let's hear from doctor.
Okay. What
Because
happened?
okay,
What happened to
doctor.
INEC? Sorry, doctor. Sorry. What happened to the INEC pre-election? These guys went all over the places and making mad that we have the technology to counter rigging. We have everything. Do you understand? And you know what? Everybody now be like, okay, wow, we're experiencing change. Same excitement everybody exhibited during pre-election. Then at the election time, what happened? It's the same. It's the same way. It's the same thing.
And now you wait now, Sakeni. Doctor, it's like you and Sadre or Sadari, yeah. You kind of align in a little bit, you know what I mean? But doctors still feel like there will always be antecedents, and there will always be people that believe that with this whole thing, it is nearly impossible.
Okay.
If otherwise,
Yeah,
James.
yeah. I want to disagree with Kenny respectfully because there's always going to be a first time for everything.
Sure.
And because of I will premise everything else on this point that Nigeria will never be the same again. For the first time in history, someone ran an election that is issue based in Nigeria, not giving anybody money and actually boasting about it beforehand, telling you, I know they give shishi from beginning, and pulled out what this guy pulled out. The judiciary, they are also tired. They have people in their village that are being kidnapped, being killed. They have people in their villages who couldn't buy fuel to go to work. They have people in their villages who couldn't pay electricity. Forget about the 39 billion they gave them. It won't be enough for them and their village people. It was people in government that came to Buhari and say, we are tired of making money, remove subsidy. People are tired. Remember that Obi won almost 70% in Abuja, and this is the seat of power. The people that are closest to the people at the corridors of power said, we are tired. We are tired. We want something different. Nigeria, we have those in the judiciary. Even politicians told us that in their own families, they have obedience. This is a sitting governor telling you that in his own family, his wife and his children are obedient. The judiciary also have that. They are tired too. I'm not going to mention about Ibazu because Ibazu never lost a case and obedience are counting on him. But let me just leave that aside to say people are tired. Look at these guys. Mayegun pointed to it. 49 days. Can you believe that? These guys are the ones that personified skyrocketing. The price of fuel went from 100 and something to 700. If that's not skyrocketing, I don't know what it is. The people are now aware. The judiciary, they know. The people will vote. We are like, as it were, sitting on a keg of gunpowder, waiting for a matchstick to be struck. If they do the wrong thing, the whole nation might burn down. You can only push people to the wall so much. Even a goat will bite when you push it so much. How do you explain this? Somebody's making 30,000 a month. 30,000 a month, but he can't even use that to buy fuel to go to work for how many days? It's gonna get to a point where people will vote, and the judiciary, their village people, they are waiting for them to go home, right? So I believe strongly that sense will come into their head. Then we know they've taken Nigerians for granted for so long, and the common man will beat the sense into them when they come to the villages to visit us and ride their cars. We will not let them drive it back. Because Amechi told us, and I quote, the reason we steal is because you guys haven't stoned us. If you stone us, we'll stop stealing. We have gathered the stones. We are waiting for the judiciary. Thank you.
God bless you, doctor. I'm going to just let all of you have this 30 seconds closing sentence. Something like, well, this is my position, good night. This is my position, good night. And then the next person, and I will be the last person. Sharp. I'll start with Sir Dari, sir. Please. 30 seconds. I'm checking the time.
All right, Manego, I think to me, the obedience is still work in progress. We are still work in progress, and I can tell you for sure, we are solidifying, we are strategizing, and again, as the shege continues to come, in a bigger proportion, the larger the obedience continue to expand. Because either you like it or not, the government has also helped to expand the obedience. That is, we have more and more people falling into, even more Abadorians falling into the obedience, getting all the shages coming out now. So we intend to grow in scope, and then for sure, my take on this 2023 still hang on 50-50, but for sure, in the next 4 years, I can tell you,
So yeah, that's your time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's 30 seconds. You just use 41. However, I'm going to go to Sakeni. Sakeni, in
Yeah.
30 seconds, right? What would be your own closing statement?
Okay, so my closing statement. Thank you, Michael. So my position hasn't changed; still remains the same. Why I feel it's still the same? Because checking about the historical events and the character of the people we're dealing with, so that will not change my position. To the obedient,
It will
I'm
take
waiting.
more than the obedient to change your mind of
No,
what.
no, no. See, you know what? I like the obedience. You know what? By the time they put the final stunt, some of them, I'm pretty sure the ones that are Yorubas, among them, their voice will be too louder than Yoruba Nation, the next thing. Some of us that we have gone through, we have passed through this stage.
Mhm, mhm.
Mentally, we have passed through this stage. Yoruba Nation is the way to go, if you ask me. And my submission, but Obedient, they wanted to put their last stunt. So let them pull it. And at the end of the day, they will come and join us in every tent that we have. And at the end of the
Correctly.
day, we'll have the evolution that we've been
Waiting.
claiming for. Yeah, exactly. All right.
Thank you.
So that's it.
Thanks a lot, Sakeni.
Thank you.
And to
Thank
the
you, my
doctor
friend.
yourself, what would be your own kind of a closing one today? It's been an interesting one, by the way. Thank you so much, every one of you. I do really appreciate this. Doctor, yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
First
30
of all,
seconds.
to thank you. This is the first time I'm coming on your live, so thank you for letting me in. That's great. And the second one is, if there's going to be a rerun, this is going to be the easiest campaign for us.
Hmm.
Easiest campaign for us, because these guys have shown us their position is not even solidified yet, and they are showing us Shege. If they are solidified, they will show us Shege Pro Max. So thankfully, they are showing us their hand right now. So thank God. We are going to win this. And once the judiciary makes a pronouncement, there's going to be wild jubilation. Forget about this anarchy they are talking about. Once they make the proclamation, you will see Christmas every day. People will say, you know Nigerians, like when we won the 96 Olympics, you will see what you haven't. People will be declaring, even with the money they don't have. So
Hmm.
there is hope. And that's all we need to sell. With the body language of P2B, our money will change immediately, just the body language. Remember in the campaign, he said the guys that steal money are people in government. Immediately, they found the sheep taking our oil. Immediately, they found where they're taking the oil. Just body language. Body
Okay.
language.
That's some
There's
optimism.
hope.
What
There
they
is hope.
say in the comment section, doctor. They said Dr. James and optimism now 5 and 6. You have admirers already. Okay. Thanks a lot. This is where we're going to draw the line. Okay? I appreciate everyone. We do
Yeah.
this all the time, by the way, Dr. James. Okay. We have what we call the People's Parliament on Mayegun's Diary Political, where people join randomly based on whatever topic we are kind of discussing. We just thought we should do this special one for the obedient. Have a collection. So when people want to watch about them, even if they have forgotten all that happened months ago, they can use this new video to catch up, right? And more possibly to understand them better. Thank you, every one of you. You should all have a good evening.
Shit.
Okay. Thanks a
Okay.
lot.
Thank you, Mayegun.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
everyone.
much.
Gentlemen, us, where we are going to draw the curtains. I know I have overshot my time. So have you, because a lot of you know that when it is not 3 hours, we call it a night. Okay. But now it has passed that 3 hours. All right. I have this report I wanted to share with you. Remember, it is that of the Yoruba Union. It's so wonderful. We did something in the last few days. Princess Balogun, the convener of the rep for the Yoruba Union. We call him the Homeland Representatives, or Homeland, convener, kind of, So yeah, I'll bring that back to you the next time I come on here. Wonderful stuff, touching lives and changing things, right? Well, thank you for being part of this tonight. So from me and from all of us here, of course, we can say happy birthday to Peter Obi, Mr. Peter Obi. Mm? Continue on your own, the journey of trying to prove to the establishment that Nigeria can still be saved. Good luck with that. And thank you for being part of this tonight. Good night.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún diary na him be number one.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún diary na him be number one.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Máyégún diary na him be number one.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Máyégún diary na him be number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún diary na him be number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún diary na him be number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún diary na him be number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún diary na him be number one.
Máyégún diary politico.
Máyégún diary na him be number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún diary na him be number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún diary na him be number one.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún diary na him be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Àyè.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.